Good morning. I'm Berks County Commissioner Christian Leinbach, and I want to welcome you to our Commissioners meeting for August the 24th. We are broadcasting live on Microsoft Teams live event, as well as BCTV, YouTube, and Facebook Live. Before we open the meeting, I just want to ask everyone, as we stand for a moment of silence, let's remember the families and individuals impacted in the fires in Maui. I think most people are aware that within the last day or so, they're now telling the public that there are over 800 people still missing. Please remember those folks in your prayers. Let's stand for the pledge, the moment of silence followed by a pledge. Dear Heavenly, I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. If you didn't notice, I almost led us in prayer. That's where I was headed. Are there any additions or corrections for the minutes for August the 17th? Hearing none, the minutes stand approved as presented. We did have one executive session. That was yesterday. Are you having a problem?
I am.
Just so everybody knows, if you're watching, his screen is sideways.
The screen is sideways.
So the only way you can really read what's going on is he can't get it flipped correctly.
The thing is, the mouse also moves it sideways, so it's
Yeah,
I'm just trying to fix it here. So
please ignore the man behind the curtain. We had one? Okay, I don't have that on there. So that date, there's a second one, last Thursday after the commissioners meeting. What's the date? 17th, personnel. So please include that as well. With that, I'll recognize my executive assistant, Anne Marie Grill, to read the public comment policy.
Thank you, Commissioner Leinbach. Public comment will be accepted in person and through the Q&A function. Please include your first name, last name, and any comments without name and municipality will not be considered. Each citizen can submit one comment. Comment length is dictated by limitations of the platform being used, Teams Q&A, Facebook, and YouTube. In-person comments will be accepted first, followed by comments submitted virtually. The meeting comment period is limited to a total of 30 minutes, including both in-person and virtual comments. This time period may be extended at the discretion of the board. Please be concise. Comments that are germane to county business will be read during the meeting and should not be considered to be interactive dialogue with the commissioners. The county solicitor shall be the final arbiter of whether a comment is germane and should be read. Any commissioner response to public comment will be done at the discretion of the commissioners.
Thank you very much, Anne Marie. There's also nothing online. So we will move to our agenda. And before we go into our normal agenda, I want to recognize an individual that will be retiring within days, and that is Glenn Welsh. Glenn Welsh has been with the county since November 2nd of 1994. He is currently our lead with the public defender. He is our chief public defender. Seated next to Glenn is Keith McConnell, and Keith will be voting on Keith actually today. I gave him a little heartburn. He wanted to know if he should stick around for the vote. I said, you might want to. I'm not sure you have the votes yet. You might need the lobby, but no, Keith McConnell will be taking over, and that's at the recommendation of Glenn Welsh. Glenn was obviously here long before I got here, but he's been one of the steady reliable department heads that I've been able to work with since 2008 when I took office. And just want to thank you, Glenn, for your service to the county, to the community. Thank you, Keith, for your commitment, your years of service, and for being willing to step up into this leadership position. The one other thing I wanted to share that I think is important, I didn't know a whole lot about the public defender's office when I was elected. To a certain degree, and I am a conservative, but a conservative philosophy on criminal justice. You know, my focus was all on prosecution, district attorney, et cetera. And through Glenn, but also through Berks County and understanding the history of the public defender laws, I came to realize that justice, in large part, depends very strongly on the weakest among us being able to receive a vigorous defense. That is critical. And so early on, and I compliment Kevin Barnhart, then commissioner, both of us really felt strongly about the need for parity between our district attorney's office and our public defender's office. And early on, that's something we worked with Glenn on, both from a training standpoint, a pay standpoint, and proud of the leadership you showed in that effort. And I believe our community is stronger today because of the things that you've done and your team has done over the many years. So thank you very, very much, Glenn, for your service. I don't give an opportunity if my colleagues want to make any comments, and Kevin, you as well.
Yeah, I was going to do it at the end, but I'll do it now. So Glenn, just want to thank you for your years of service to the county. Wish you well in your retirement. One thing I do want to thank you for doing is having someone, a deputy who's a strong deputy who can step in, take over, and really make a seamless move and transaction for the public defender's office to be able to continue working as it did before and serving those who need you. So I do really appreciate that. It's been a pleasure working with you for these last 3.5 years now. And I hope you have a lot of health to be able to enjoy your retirement.
Glenn, I wish you only the best in your retirement. I kind of feel fortunate that we really didn't have to go into any issues while I came into my position, but I've only heard so many wonderful things, and certainly appreciate the preparing and really endorsement of your heir apparent. I think what that does is really leave Berks County in the best of hands, so that you can move forward and enjoy this next stage of life. So I wish you the best. Thank you.
When I think of Glenn Welsh, I think of a steady hand. A man that's always there, dependable. First car in the parking lot, the last one. I think it's the last one to leave because he might be the last to leave. But always there, always dedicated, always giving accurate reports, up-to-date reports. And speaking of fiscal conservatives, I think you are the top dog when it comes to fiscally conservative department heads. So God bless you in your retirement. And Keith, what a great step forward for you. You've been here for decades as well. It was I think it's going to be a very smooth and easy transition to work with Glenn and now with Keith. So we're happy that you're with us. Thank you.
Thank you very much. We'll go into our agenda. Item 1, authorizing under that budget department, adopt a resolution authorizing 2023 transfers in the amount of $681,637 and 2023 appropriations in the amount of $307,383 per listing dated August the 18th of 2023. We have 3 items listed under Human Resources. Item 1, authorize the promotion of Stephanie Williams from Deputy Administrator, Outreach Services Coordinator to Library System Administrator in the Berks County Library System. Item 2, authorize the promotion of Brenna Delp from Treatment Caseworker to Treatment Supervisor in the Berks County Jail. And then item 3, authorize the promotion of Keith McConnell from First Assistant Public Defender to Chief Public Defender in the Public Defender's Office. And you'll be good. Don't worry about it. The votes are here. Commissioners, we have several items listed under the commissioners. Adopt a resolution authorizing the chair to execute the Child Welfare Education for Leadership program between the County of Berks, Stephanie Aponte, an employee of Berks County Children Higher Education, to participate in the graduate level social work program as outlined in Title 4B, Part 1 of the Commonwealth Child's and Family Services Plan. Item B, adopt a resolution authorizing the chair to execute the Child Welfare Education for Leadership program between the County of Berks, April Noel Farrick, an employee of Berks County Children and Youth Services, and the University of Pittsburgh of the Commonwealth System of Higher Education, to participate in a graduate level social program as outlined in Title 4B, Part 1 of the Commonwealth's Child and Family Services Plan. Item C, adopt a resolution authorizing the chair to execute we'll go with Seawell, between the County of Berks, Juliana Jade Zimmerman, an employee of Berks County Children and Youth Services, and the University of Pittsburgh of the Commonwealth System of Higher Ed to participate in a graduate level social work program as outlined in Title 4B, Part 1 of the Commonwealth's Child's and Family Services Plan. Item D, adopt a resolution authorizing Robert Patrizio, Chief Financial Officer, to execute and submit the application for volunteer accidental death and dismemberment insurance from October the 1st, 2020, approving an amendment to the Berks County Library System membership agreement, amending the Incentive for Excellence local library standards to bring them into compliance with the most recent modifications to 22 PA Code subsection 141, and authorizing the chair to execute the amendment with each of the member libraries. Item F, adopt a resolution ratifying, confirming, and approving execution by the chair and Kevin S. Barnhart, Chief Operations Officer, of the Election Integrity Grant Program contract between the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania through the Department of Community and Economic Development, providing grant money for the administration of elections. Item G, adopt a resolution authorizing and amending a resolution to reflect fiscal year 2023-2024 for the Juvenile Probation Services Grant Agreement documents between the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania through the Juvenile Court Judges Commission of the Office of General Counsel in Berks County in the award of $478,868. Item H, adopt a resolution authorizing an application to the Pennsylvania Municipal Program on behalf of Albany Township, Greenwich Township, Maxatawny Township, and the boroughs of Lenhartsville and Kutztown, each a municipality within Berks County, undertaking a project to develop a joint comprehensive plan, and the participants have authorized the Berks County Planning Commission to serve as the lead agency for purposes of seeking outside funding for the project and provide administrative and other consulting services at an estimated cost of $53,554. Item I, adopt a resolution authorizing an application to the Pennsylvania Municipal Assistance Program on behalf of Amity Township, Douglas Township, Exeter Township, and the Borough of St. Lawrence, each a municipality within Berks County, Pennsylvania, undertaking a project to develop a joint municipal comprehensive plan, and the participants have authorized Berks County Planning Commission to serve as the lead agency for the purpose of seeking outside funding for the project and provide administrative and other consulting services at an estimated cost of $44,712.96. I see our Director of Planning here, Mr. David Hunter. Would you care to make any comments on these two items? I know that this is something you've been working on and is very, very helpful to the overall planning process here in Berks County.
For your support with Imagine Berks. On Tuesday morning, Pam Shupman gave an excellent presentation going over the 1-year anniversary for Imagine Berks. So from my perspective as a planner, the major outcome, very selfishly, is the work we've done with the municipalities. And I want to thank again the commissioners for your support. So just to let you know, we have done approximately one joint comp plan a year over the past 10 or so years. I'm looking at staff to make sure I'm correct. We're doing 2 now. The MAP grant with DCED has been an encouragement because obviously money is an issue. And so the MAP grant will cut the cost in half. So the 50-50 match is huge. We are embarking on eight joint comprehensive plans. And so kudos to Laura Mersch and her work with the municipalities. And this is huge for the county. We are #1 in the state as far as joint municipal plans go. And this effort will only boost our numbers and make us, in the eyes of other counties, the gold standard for how to work with municipalities. So thank you for your support. We will keep you posted on the work that we're doing. Thank you so much.
So one question, of these 2 and the other 6, the 8 that you're working on or will be working on, how many of those will take the next step and go into joint zoning, subdivision, permitting, et cetera? Because that's where there's a real opportunity to benefit those communities.
Thank you for mentioning that, Mr. Chairman. That is going to be our highest recommendation. The joint comp planning is the first step. Without changing the zoning, as you know, uses can come in by right when districts have not been updated to be compatible with the joint comp plan. So, and let you know that all of them will. We are going to be recommending that they will, but with your support and your effort in throwing the shoulders of the county behind the effort, we can certainly recommend to all the municipalities that they should go to the next step. So again, thank you for mentioning that.
Great. Thank you very much. Any questions from my colleagues? Thank you. Item 2, a motion to authorize execution of contract agreements and amendments as set forth on the contract agenda listing. It's dated August the 21st of 2023. There are 13 total contracts, 3 with the Area Agency on Aging, 1 with CareerLink, 3 with Children and Youth Services, 3 jointly with Children and Youth Services and Juvenile Probation, 1 with the Commissioner's Office, 1 with the District Attorney, and 1 with Information Systems. Item 3, motion to authorize execution of the payments and electronic transfers for the week ending August 24th of 2023. Item 4, motion to authorize execution of employee payroll disbursements dated August 29th of 2023.
Motion to approve the agenda as presented.
Second.
The motion has been made and seconded. Is there any discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? The motion with our acting county treasurer, Socrates Georgiadis.
Good morning, everyone.
Good
We
morning.
start with an opening balance today of $242,036,670. We have a balance to clear of $2,868,189.37, leaving us with a balance of $239,168,480.63. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Socrates. And we'll move now to new old player in the controller's office. Not that he's old, but he's been here before. He's back again. Ron Rutkowski is giving the controller's report this morning. Welcome, Ron.
Thank you, Commissioner. The week ending the 24th, total accounts payable was $3,950,335.22. There's a payroll of $4,932,200 $249.82 with a combined total disbursements of $825,585.04.
Very good. Thank you very much, Ron. And with that, we'll move to Kevin Barnhart for the report of our Chief Operations Officer.
Thank you, Commissioner Leinbach. Our team would just like to thank the board for the 3 promotions that were presented and approved this morning. Promotion of Stephanie Williams to our library system administrator, promotion of Brenna Delp from treatment supervisor to treatment caseworker to treatment supervisor, as well as this morning Keith McConnell to chief public defender. We do appreciate the ability to move people up as they progress through employment here at the county, and encourage people who do apply to the county. There are tremendous opportunities for growth here with Berks County. So thank you.
Thank you very much. And that quickly, we are to comments from commissioners, and we'll begin with Commissioner Michael Rivera, who figured out the technology and got his screen flipped the right way.
Got my screen flipped the right way. Yep. So also I want to take a moment to congratulate those who were promoted. We took some time to congratulate Glenn Welsh, who was retiring, but also want to congratulate Stephanie Williams from the library systems, also Brenna Delp and Keith McConnell as well for their promotions. So I look forward to continue working with them also to help move things forward in the county. A few other things I want to touch on as well is this Monday at 6:30 p.m. Is my BCTV show, obviously on BCTV. And I had the opportunity to go to the Berks County District's Attorney Forensic Unit, their laboratory, which is at the Ag Center. And that's what we'll be showing on the show this Monday. So if you're never been there and you're interested in learning about the District Attorney's Forensic Unit there, Crime Lab, watch the show. It's again Monday at 6:30 p.m. on BCTV. Very interesting what they do there. I had the opportunity to go, learned a lot while I was there. So if you have some time, if you can't see it on Monday, they'll have it on their website as well, that you can see it at a future date also. Also want to share this Saturday, and I'm going to share my screen here. Let's see, share. So this Saturday at the airport is the terminal takeover to car show. It'll be a great event here. There's a car show, there's a 2-step competition, aircraft fly-ins, models, one-on-one photo shoots with airplanes. There'll be vendors there. So it'll be a great time for the family. It's this Saturday from 4 to 8 at the Reading Regional Airport. You can get more information on the airport's website, readingairport.org. You can also go there and buy tickets. Once you go to the airport, you can go to the events area and you'll see it there. So a great opportunity if you like cars, if you like planes, make sure you're there this Saturday at the airport. We'll stop sharing. Also want to remind everyone, not this Saturday, but next Saturday is the Taste of Hamburger Festival in Hamburg. It's a great opportunity to go there and learn about Hamburg, see what they've done there, how they've grown, and also the opportunity to taste different types of hamburgers and other food there. And one last item is this Tuesday, 2 days ago, we had the opportunity to get the 1-year update on Imagine Berks, which Dave Hunter spoke a little bit about earlier before. I do want to encourage everyone, if you were not able to see it or have not read the report, if you go to imagineberks.org, you'll be able to see it there. There's a lot of information. There's the development plan there. There's the key principles. There's a lot of information on here about Imagine Berks, which is the County Strategic Development Action Plan. This was passed on August of 2022. So 1 year ago, we had a 6-month update, and now we have a 1-year update this past Tuesday. You'll see the different areas here. So really a lot of information as to what is going on in Berks County related to economic development. So again, if you want to go there, there's a lot of information that was shared. So I want to thank Pam Pamela Shupmenet, Derek Harris, and their team for the great work they've been doing. Also, the many collaborators, which we had among that, David and the Planning Commission there and his team, Ag Department, PART. So many collaborators in the Imagine Berks project. And although this was a plan that the county put together, it's not a plan for the county government to implement. For it to be successful, you have to have other organizations involved in it, and that's what we've done. We have many organizations, including the Greater Reading Chamber Alliance, the Berks County Redevelopment Authority, the Berks County Industrial Development Authority, and many others, as well as different departments within the county and private industry as well. So it's a comprehensive plan countywide where we need the input and the cooperation from many. And one thing that we were very emphasized very much when we put this plan together a year and a half ago was we said we don't want this to be a plan where we're going to put it in on a shelf or in a drawer, let it collect dust there, and then in 2 to 3 years pull it out again and say, oh, well, what have we done with the plan? I mean, you look at it, they say, well, not much because it wasn't a priority. So with this plan, we put action steps in there. We put goals in there. We put the 6-month report out, the 1-year report out. There'll be other report outs as well to make sure that we're focusing on and working the plan, because an action plan without putting the work into it is really not worth anything. And we have put resources behind it. We have put our time behind it, and we put money behind it as well. We used ARPA dollars to help fund this initiative. Part of the goals for the ARPA dollars was to use the money on things that had a long-term impact on the county. And this is what we're doing in part through Imagine Berks. So again, I want to congratulate and thank everyone who's put their efforts and resources into making this 1-year update on Imagine Berks a successful one. There's a lot of things that have been going on. Again, imagineberks.org, so you can see the information there. And that's all I have. Back to you.
Thank you very much, Commissioner Rivera. We'll move now to Commissioner Lucine Sahelnik.
Thank you, Commissioner Leinbach. Just a note to add to the Hamburger Festival. Vegetarians and vegans are welcome. As a vegetarian, I encourage you to go. There are many non-meat items, and it is a wonderful community event representing just the diversity throughout Berks County of how we get together and celebrate culture through food. I think we do that really well here in Berks. So I want to really summarize my comments today, because I did want to talk a little bit about Imagine Berks and those who we are elevating from within the county. I think it comes together as a theme that I've been trying to use on social media, and I've talked to our public relations officer with the hashtag Berks County Strong, because I really do think what we're trying to exemplify at this point is that people are choosing to live here, they're choosing to work here, celebrate with their families, and really engage as a strong community in Berks County. And that's something I'm really proud of as a commissioner. We mentioned those individuals, and congratulations to all of you again who are being promoted from within. That means that your longevity and commitment to Berks County and serving our community members is a testament also to the guidance and support from our Chief Operations Officer and your team, our Human Resources Director and your team. And so thank you and congratulations to those who are not only retiring, but rising up and giving opportunity for new people to come in. And also the opportunity here last week, we talked about Alvernia's program, but I see here too, 3 systems of higher education and leadership programming. That is just, again, a testament to how strong we are for those of us as a county who are choosing to work here and being continuing to advance ourselves individually and personally as well. So back to Berks County Strong. I really also think that the Imagine Berks presentation, which I did share, and to Mr. Hunter, you and I have been talking about planning for many years and different variations, but it's always the same. And I think what's so beautiful to see is the things that we've talked about come to fruition and coming through a county-wide approach to be ranked as #1 in this Commonwealth for joint comprehensive planning is fantastic. So to your team and those you work with and the other departments and authorities, thank you. I wanted to call out by name our townships and boroughs who are making effort to participate, but Commissioner Leinbach did that. So, well deserved. And thank you for wanting to play together. It only makes Berks County stronger. I really hope, Mr. Hunter, that you will continue and enhance the municipality meetings, which I think was the derivative of the potential of these joint comp plans, which I think can get you to your goal of, something around zoning and, what we've talked about, which could be on the horizon. And just to encourage also the collaboration, cooperation, commitment among stakeholders, which is one of our benchmarks of success that was brought to our attention by Pam Mennett-Shupp. Did I say that right? Pam Shupp-Mennett?
Yes.
There we go. In her presentation. So job well done there as well. So I look forward to seeing that continue. The last thing that I want to talk about is a little bit more on a somber note. I am going to share my screen because I want to take a moment here just to recognize that we have had some Berks Countyans. Oh, I'm having a little difficulty. So maybe, there we go. We have had some Berks Countyans pass away, and you need to do it. Go ahead.
You got to hit this side.
It's the wrong side.
Yes.
So it's this corner.
Yes.
There we go. Thank you, Commissioner Limbaugh.
You're welcome.
So if you look on my screen, what I'm sharing with you is not something new. I most often ask and try to redirect our community members to our Berks County website. It is your ultimate resource for knowledge at your fingertips. So countyofberks.com, what I have pulled up right now is our Berks County Parks and Recreation page. And I usually do use this page to highlight to you different programs and things that are occurring. But today I'd like to focus a little bit on the reminders and the warnings and attention to safety and policy in our park systems. Please notice Antietam Park Lake. Okay, there's trailhead issues here. Don't go beyond the barricades. Use caution. There is a park pet policy that is being highlighted. You may have noticed extra support through our Sheriff's Department and some of our trails throughout Grings Mill. This is for your safety. We are very lucky to have the green infrastructure that we have throughout Berks County. And we want people to go and celebrate and enjoy their pastimes and livelihood and recreation using those areas safely and mindfully. So I ask you to remember those we have lost in the past week to unfortunate drowning experiences, their families who are going through these difficult times. Please use our parks safely and mindfully, because as we go into the fall, it's a beautiful season here in Berks County. I hope that people will be going out and using our trails, either hiking or biking. Tick season is coming. Check yourself for ticks. Hunting season is going to open. Wear your orange. Be mindful of your surroundings so that we can continue to be Berks County strong and safe. And the last thing that I want to share is just, again, we did talk about it last week, but because it's back to school and because I have a kindergartner now going back to school, to the parents and the families and your support systems and tribes out there who are going through this last week, I wish you strength. I wish you perseverance. I wish you grace. We're almost there. We're going to have a couple of weeks of challenges as we all adapt to the new schedules, but hang in there because it is just another step of normal life. We need to normalize the process and the experience and celebrate our future Berks Countyans and leaders who are going back to school. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Commissioner Sahelnik. Several items I want to touch on. I also want to congratulate Stephanie Williams on being selected as our new systems library director. She's done a great job in the number 2 slot, and I'm confident that she's going to do a wonderful job as she leads our Berks County library system. An update this coming Monday at 3 p.m. We have the monthly Schuylkill River Passenger Rail Authority meeting. It is open to the public. It's virtual only. If you'd like to join that meeting, just go to countyofberks.com. Towards the top of the page, there are several icons in a row. The second icon from the left is a link to all public meetings. You click on that, it will give you the date, the time, a link so that you can join virtually. And probably tomorrow, I'm going to guess, at the latest, we'll have the agenda posted for, is it up already? Tomorrow. It'll be posted tomorrow, and it will be the agenda for our Schuylkill River Passenger Rail. One of the reasons I'm highlighting that, this is a very important project. I think a lot of people know that. But in March, we applied for the Federal Rail Administration Corridor ID program. This is a program that pretty much determines which passenger rail projects will get the support of the Federal Rail Administration to go to the next steps. We are very confident that we have the right kind of project. We applied. Interestingly enough, when we applied, the tentative date for a award was May. That was very quickly moved to September, and now it's been moved again to November. And so some people might be ready, like I was, to throw aspersion at FRA until I found out this, the bipartisan infrastructure bill provided for the first ever grant program to be administered by FRA. They've never done this before. So even though we have some really good people that have been there for quite some time, and I've met with several of them, some in person, some virtually, this is something I haven't had to traverse before. And so it's challenging. We're hopeful that we'll get an answer in November. We'll be talking a little bit about that. And then finally, I want to note that the efforts are continuing between the Chamber, the City of Reading, and the County of Berks on identifying an exact location for a proposed station. I can tell you it's going to be in or around the Franklin Street station. It has to be. There's a lot of different reasons. I won't go into all of them. I will tell you one, and that is that if you go east of Franklin Station, pretty quickly you come to a curve. You cannot have a station on a curve. It needs a straightaway, and it needs about 800 feet of platform space. So that 800 feet is already there at Franklin Street Station. You can't come west, for lack of, or north, whatever you want to call it, by the Doubletree, because if you're familiar with the rail, it's in a trench and it's walled on both sides. There are utilities. It's not impossible to widen, but right there you can only handle one track and you need two tracks. There's a number of other areas, but working together with the city, we plan to get this accomplished. It will also include something called a TOD, which is Transportation-Oriented Development Zoning, that will surround wherever that station is located, and that will allow for activities in that zone that fit well with the idea of a passenger rail station. So stay tuned. You can get that information by going to the meeting. But if you want more information more quickly, you can go to the website, and that is gosrpra.com. gosrpra.com. The last item, this Sunday, we will be having the Ride for Freedom. That's the POWMIA ride. The Sheriff's Department will provide a vehicle in the lead and the vehicle in the back. The main ride will begin in Wilmelsdorf right around 11 p.m. We will ride up a.m. Yeah, I just saw somebody's head flip around. a.m. in the morning. We will go from Wilmelsdorf out onto Route 422 and bring 422 all the way in Penn Avenue to City Park, Veterans Grove, for a memorial service that takes place at 1 p.m. At the Vietnam Veterans Memorial. We can have anywhere from 1,500 to 2,000 motorcycles. If you want to join the event, I would advise you to get there by 10:30. There is a pretty significant lineup. If you want to watch the event, if you're in Wilmersdorf, we will start at the fire company on Main Street, come down Main Street out to 422, where the Conrad Weiser homestead is located, and then all the way up 422, Penn Avenue, Penn Street to City Park. I am always amazed and so encouraged. Sometimes I get choked up riding the motorcycle, seeing on a Sunday morning people in their front yards with their children, family, friends, waving American flags to support this ride each and every year. Encourage you, if you can't join us on the ride, please join us by supporting the ride, by lining 422 Penn Avenue and Penn Street this coming Sunday. I know Commissioner Rivera is going to be involved. I'll be there, possibly some others. I think both Ken LeBron and Will Tobe. In fact, I know they're going to be involved. The question was whether both of them can ride. They have a table set up that they set up every time for our Veterans Department at Veterans Grove. So we're looking forward to a good time, but more importantly, a time to honor and remember those that are left behind. The bottom line is, the day you forget to remember people who are still listed as POW or MIA, we are sending a horrible message to the men and women who are serving us today. I always look at it from my perspective. I have two boys in the U.S. Air Force, actually now in both the Air Guard, but both of them are Iraqi war veterans. Both of them were in combat zones. We owe it to them to let them know we're committed to bring everybody home. And every year, more individuals are identified, and the list does get smaller, but it's still too large. So again, that's this Sunday. That's all I have. Any comments from row officers? Hearing none, we will go to public comment. There's no public comment in person, and there's no public comment online.
Motion to adjourn.
Second.
The meeting stands adjourned.